Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Fangirl Thursday. I am super, super excited for tonight's little chat. We are going to have the amazingly talented Stacey Rourke with us tonight. She's here to discuss her new series coming out tomorrow, actually. It is Fear the Reaper, and the first book is Reaper versus Ripper. I've read it. It's amazing. Like everything she touches. She is also here tonight to talk about the Once Upon a Book virtual signing, which is new for this year. So we're going to jump right in and have Stacey join us. Hi.
Hi.
I'm so excited to have you here. How have you been?
I'm good. Thank you for having me and giving me a reason to actually get dressed and put on makeup today.
I know, isn't it crazy? I put on real clothes and I actually brush my hair and put on lipstick twice a week.
See, I haven't been doing that, and I'm taking on a very troll that lives under the bridge fashion statement. So thank you for making me get dressed today.
It's been all about the pajamas, all about the comfort. If I'm expecting a package that is going to require me to be seen by the mail lady, I will put on a bra with the pajamas, but that's as far as I'm taking it. I have been all about the pony. My hair has gotten really long, and I'm actually starting to get headaches from those now. So I'm all about the little bob.
That's very cute.
So it really, I did not brush it this morning. I brushed out this part a little bit because I had it down and I curled it yesterday because I was on the bookish life. And so I had to be presentable for that. So when I got up this morning, it was kind of, I just grabbed a clip and twisted it and stuck it in there, and it was kind of off to the side. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. If I just fix this right here, I'll be all right. That's exactly what I did.
Yes, elastic waistband has become my friend, and anything that's, any kind of restricted fabric anymore, I'm over it. I'm not doing that.
And everything I owned was, for summer, it was cute tops and dress capris and things like that because that was my work attire. So I actually went online and ordered elastic waist drawstring shorts.
That's brilliant.
And I now own like 4 t-shirts, which is so new for me. And one of them even says something on them about flip-flop life because I'm all about the flip-flop life.
Yeah.
I actually have been out to a store and they had the really cute yellow box flip-flops on clearance down to like $10. So I now own, I think, 4 pairs of flip-flops.
Welcome to my world. That's pretty much all I have.
I don't need anything else. I honestly, at this point, I don't think I can adjust to going back to the real world and going to public and working. We're gonna have to see how that happens, how that plays out. But for now, the world's crazy, and I'm staying home. So,
well, you're doing one better than me that you actually put on a bra because, I had to do that yesterday to take my kids to the doctor, and I was like, "What prison is my chest in? This is horrible." So, yeah.
Stephen actually looked at me yesterday, and he said, no, Monday. I got dressed on Monday, and he said, "You're dressed today. Do you have a doctor's appointment or something?" I don't remember. I said, "No, your mom's coming over." I didn't think she'd want to, see me in my PJs.
Yeah, the degree that I'm willing to go out in public in has really gone downhill.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm like, this is fine.
We have, there's a Dollar General on like every corner in America now, and we have one just up the road from us now. And when they built it, I was like, I don't want this on the corner. The traffic is already horrible on that corner. The last thing we need is people turning into this Dollar General. And now I'm like, how did I live without this Dollar General? And I find myself wondering, what can I get away with wearing to the Dollar General? I've now become that person. And I have to be careful because I live in a small town and my husband grew up here and he has his own business. So while people don't know me, if someone says my name in public, then they're like, "Oh, are you related to so-and-so?" And then it's on. So yeah, I kind of.
So if you're wearing like a trash bag into the store, word is going to spread.
I'm like, I swear we can afford things. Don't.
I just didn't want to. Not today.
Exactly, exactly. So we do have a couple of people joining us tonight. We have Jenny Bynum with us, and also we have Candace Simpson. Thanks for popping in with us tonight. There is a
Hey.
new feature on Be Live now, which actually allows me to live stream on Two Girls in a Book and my personal Facebook page at the same time. So I'm hoping that that's working well and people
Well,
will
aren't
be
you
able to
fancy?
see it on both pages and comment, and they all pop up here. It's new, and we tried it out the other day on the Bookish Life, and it seemed to be working. So hopefully that's the case here as well too. So let's dive right in. I have a few little questions for you. First of all, I've been having this debate on the Bookish Life with the other girls about being a plotter or a pantser or a plantster, if you combine the two. So I'm curious as to which one you are.
It depends on the series. There are some books, like when I wrote Pursuing Madness in
Mhm,
Sterling's mind, who he's insane.
mhm,
That one I didn't let myself plot because I wanted to be thrown into each new world at the same time he was.
mhm,
So that one I jumped into his head and let the story take me where it would, wherever it would go. My serial series like Octavia Hollows and now Fear the Reaper, those
mhm,
I have an overall story arc,
mhm.
and I do kind of a broad outline of each story and then just let it go where it will.
Cool.
So I guess that makes me a planster on those. But some characters I think with Sterling I had to let him take me where he would because he was insane and there's no plotting and planning with him. You just go, man.
Cool. I like that. Do you, since you kind of, with your series, kind of go ahead and plot and have an idea of where things are going, do you write a blurb beforehand or do you wait until the end?
I wait until the end. The blurb doctor waits until she's done. I just finished book 2 in Fear the Reaper, and it actually needs to go up for pre-order. And I was thinking tonight I should really probably write a blurb for that sometime soon. So yes, the lady that preaches to people, don't wait till the last minute. Get those appointments in ahead of time. I shouldn't wait till the last minute. I should appointment myself in ahead of time.
Good thing you are the blurb doctor. Do you have a favorite genre to read?
um, I switch up my genres a lot. I like a intelligent storyline that has a lot of humor mixed in. So I want the emotional moments, but if you can make me laugh and make me cry in the same book,
Hmm.
that's all. It's all over for me. That's what gets me. If a book is too somber
Hmm.
and doesn't have moments of humor, because that's not, to me, that's not life. Life, even in dark times, you have those moments where something happens that makes you laugh. It's
Hmm.
that's real life. So to me, it needs to be the balance of the two. But um, yeah, I think I'll read a little bit of everything, and I do. I think the books I have on my end table right now that I go back and forth. I have the new Hunger Games prequel that just came out.
Hmm.
I have that one on my end table. I have the first Outlander book on my end table, and there's one more that I can't remember. Oh, a Stephanie Plum book by Janet Ivanovich, and it's just whatever mood I'm in, and those are all completely different
Yes, they
genres.
are. They are. Do you have a favorite genre to write in? Because I know you've dabbled a little bit in YA, well, a lot in YA. You dabbled a little bit with rom-coms, which were so adorable. I mean,
Thank you, thank you.
you've done kind of the dark and twisted and everything. So, what is your favorite to write?
I really like fantasy elements in stories. I love writing fantasy because it's harder to get out of things in the real world if there's no magic anywhere. So yeah, tying in some sort of fantasy elements is a little bit more fun for me. But I also like to challenge myself. That's why I do the sci-fi. I try the rom-coms. I'll
Mhm.
try different genres just to see how it goes. See if I can do it. See how I can put my spin on it.
Cool. Who is your one-click author? It doesn't matter what they write. When you see that a new book is up for pre-order or is available to download, that you don't have to read the blurb, you know whatever it is gonna be great, and you just click it and go.
Oh, good Lord. Just one?
No, well, no, it doesn't have to be just one.
Oh goodness, there's well, a big one of them, of course, is Eric Asher. I
Love
love,
him.
yeah, he's fantastic. But there's so many. Rue Volley, I love her books. Oh goodness, Becca Vincenza, of course, she's my bestie, so I have to one click her books, or she'll boot me out the door, man.
I have
There's a lot.
myself dedicated to her as well. I love Becca's books. She's awesome. I do need to catch up on some, but I have, I think, made it a point to buy up everything that I possibly could. I'll have to check at the virtual signing, but I think I'm up to date. I don't
Good.
necessarily have the newest covers when she redid the Rebirth series, but I think I'm caught up as far as owning everything, but I haven't read
Well,
everything.
she has a new series that's getting ready to come out too, the
Yes,
Sidekick
I've seen some of
Chronicles.
the teases for that in her group. I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, she talked to me as she was writing it, and it sounds amazing. So I'm very excited to get my hands on that one.
When you mentioned that Eric Asher is one of your one clicks, when you were actually talking about you like someone who can make you laugh and cry and, puts in the humor and everything, he was the first person that popped into mind for me. I love his Vestic series, and I had him on
Yes.
last week so that we could talk about it a little bit. And it was funny, the next day after we had been online chatting, I'm in this fan group, but I wasn't, I assumed he had an art group. I'll be honest, I was slightly curious as to why I was not in there, being that the huge fan that I am. But it was funny because you know how Facebook will recommend groups and people and things to you. Well, they recommended his private art group to me. So of course I'm like, join, join, join. And
Join, join,
I
join,
was
join, 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 join.
and I'm like, how have I not always been here? Now, where do I sign up to get the books? Because I'm, you know, he spilled the beans a little bit when he was on the show and said, hey, the series is pretty much done. I'm editing and things like that. And boom, 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 here it is. And I was just like, so yeah,
He's
that's
amazing.
what my weekend is going to be.
And another really cool thing about him is that, as incredibly talented as he is, he's just a genuinely cool guy.
He
He's
is. He
one of
is.
my favorite people in the literary community because,
Mhm.
I mean, he'd give you the shirt off his back and then offer to buy you a drink and make it all better. So
Mhm.
he's just a good guy.
Yeah. So let's dive in to the new series a little bit. Let me find the cover here. You always have the absolute best covers.
Thank you.
And the
This is
outfit
all Melissa Stevens.
awesome.
She's so talented. Melissa is just amazing.
Hmm.
We've gotten to the point in our relationship where I'm just like, here's a general idea, run with it. And she never disappoints. She's phenomenal.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Give us an overview of what the Fear the Reaper series is about.
Okay. Nyx is the main character in it, and she is a Reaper, but she is the one that gets the problem cases, the cases that none of the other Reapers want. So she's the one that they send after Blackbeard the pirate, Jack the Ripper, Lizzie Borden. She's the one that goes after the problem cases. And the reason that this happens is being a Reaper is a punishment of hers because she was once an archangel, and she was the one that opened the gates of heaven and allowed Lucifer to fall. So when Lucifer fell, she got booted out of heaven,
Hmm.
and her punishment became to be a reaper. And she's hoping this is an overall story in hopes of redemption. She's trying to earn her way back home. And that's what she's been doing for centuries. And she is full of sass. She has, you see her little friend right there, her cat A-hole, by her side that I don't really know if they like each other, but they live together and help each other. It's a great adventure. I've always been fascinated by characters like Jack the Ripper and Blackbeard and these dark, dastardly people, and I really wanted the to be able to find a way to work them into the story. And
The first chapter was beautiful. It was so poetic and yet so haunting and dark at the same time, and just it gave me chills. And I read that first chapter and I thought, wow, I might like this new series more than Rise of the Sea Witch. And I have been on a Rise of the Sea Witch kick forever. I mean, to me, that has been hands down the best thing you have put pen to paper on in forever. Just my opinion. But because it's just so beautifully fluid in the way that it flows, and it's just but anyhow, but this one gave me chills, and it kind of had that same fluid motion to it, and just the emotion and everything that I felt from Nyx. She's so conflicted in how she feels about whether Lucifer is the person that she thinks he is and wants him to be, or if he really is the devil that everyone says he is. So it was just such a complicated story as well.
their relationship is very complicated, and I really wanted it to be. I wanted it to have feelings of a toxic relationship. Like
Mhm,
she doesn't see from him what everybody else does. And I think as the series progresses, well, I know because, book 2 is done, that there's going to have moments like in any toxic relationship where she does something and you just want to grab her by the shoulders and shake her and go, how are you not seeing the forest for the trees? The signs that are right in front of you, how are you not seeing it? But
mhm.
it's also very true to who we are as people, that when you care that deeply for somebody,
Yes.
your mind, your heart, they're going to tell you, no, 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 this isn't true. There has to be another option. There has to be another way. And that's what we do until eventually it gets so in our face that you can't ignore it anymore. And then you're left with the choice. And I think that's going to be a big part of this story arc, is her really uncovering who he is, who he truly is.
Mhm,
And if her interpretation of him and mankind's interpretation of him, are either of them completely true, or is there some mix in the middle
mhm,
that and you and I have talked about this before, that I always believe there's a gray area in people, that
mhm.
there isn't 100% evil. So I think we're going to see a lot in there of which side is real and what's the truth of him. So,
Where did this story idea come from?
oh, good Lord. I don't know. I think it came from me wanting to do something with the characters of Jack the Ripper, and but I didn't want it to be exclusively about them. So I wanted something that I can tie all of them into, and I hadn't delved into the world of Reapers before. So, just putting the pieces together through there. And originally her and Lucifer were going to be brother and sister, but that would really change the dynamic of this. So they are not. That would give this book a whole new icky spin.
Who is your favorite character to write in this series so far?
In this one,
Mhm.
probably A-hole.
The
The
cat,
cat.
really?
Oh my gosh. Well, and you'll see more of the cat as the time goes on, but she's just, whenever Nyx needs her to be there to help, she's just not. She'll help in moments, but only when she chooses to. Other than that, she's going to be. I do have one scene in book 2 where Nyx is reaching for a weapon and she has, an attacker on her, and she's trying to get her weapon, and the cat jumps on the couch right next to her, and instead of batting the weapon towards her, bats it completely away. And,
Of course, as cats
yeah.
do.
So I really enjoy tying the cat into the whole thing.
What is the release schedule for this series?
I'm hoping to do one per month. They're going to be about a month apart.
Mhm,
And then we're going to have the box set at the end. So there's going to be 4 in the series and then the box set. And each one, she's going to be reaping a new soul, a new case file. The next one, you've read book one. So, the next one is Lizzie Borden. After
Mhm.
that, it's going to be Rasputin from the Russian Empire. Reaping Rasputin is going to be number 3. And number 4 is going to be titled The Devil You Reap. So, mm-hmm.
Um, that all sounds amazing.
Thank you.
We are going to change hats here just a little bit, but before I do, I'm going to check because I'm not getting messages popping up here on the side. So I'm going to check my phone really quick and see if anybody's posted any questions for you. I want to make sure we don't miss anything. To-do. If
Do
you
you want me to
guys
tap
that are
dance with you?
watching will give me just a moment. On the Be Live app, normally the messages show up on the app screen for me, and for whatever reason tonight they're not. So I'm gonna stroll through on my phone for just a second to make sure if you guys have any questions about this series that you wanted to ask Stacey. We're going to move on to the virtual signing in just a moment. But before we do, if there's anything you wanted to pop on and ask about this new book and the series, go ahead and do that. And I'm going to read some of these off. It looks like we have Amy Hale with us tonight, along with Jody Brooks Stone. Hi, Jody. And yes, you do see my new artwork back there. I am obsessed with Jody's umbrellas, so I'm working on a collection of them.
Jody's one of the sweetest people ever. And hi to Amy as well. Amy's amazing too.
We have Jenny with us, and she commented as well that the first chapter is amazing and how much it stuck with her as well. It just, if ever you needed, which of course you do, but you need that first chapter to hook your reader. I don't know how anybody can walk away from that and be like, I don't want to read this. It's
Oh, thank you.
fantastic. Fantastic.
Thank you. Well, it's a pirate ship, and that's just a fun place to hang out anyway, right?
Absolutely. Jenny also commented that the story shows Nyx's human side, and she likes that. Jody asked, where did you get the inspiration for the series? And she wants to read it. It is up for pre-order. It drops tonight at midnight.
Yes.
So you can pop over to Amazon and you can snag it for 99 cents. I tried to post the link in the comments, but that didn't work either. So I will get it up on the page for you guys, definitely. But if you can't wait until then, just head over to Amazon and one click that bad boy. But yeah, Jody's question was, where did you get the inspiration from the series? And she really wants to read it.
I think as far as Nyx, my inspiration for her, she feels so guilty about what she did because she's an archangel. She lived in heaven, and there's even a moment where she describes turning around and seeing her father, God's face, and the disappointment that he felt for her after he watched what she did when she let Lucifer fall. So when she reaps these souls, even though she's reaping these horrible people's souls, she always feels that what she did is a little bit worse than what they did. So even in that moment, she knows they're facing something scary. They're facing, moving on, the unknown. She offers them a bit of compassion at the end. And I think that's a pretty noble thing for a character, that she, despite who they are, that she's going to offer them, at least at the end, you can have a moment or a kind face in that last second. As long as they allow it. Some of them don't allow it from her, but...
Jody also commented that you're one of the sweetest people too, and I second that. Jenny also commented that she got chills reading this book as well. It
Well,
had
hey,
so many emotions, and it just yeah, everything about it was it was so good. It has the classic snark and humor and wit that we've come to love from you, that is throughout. Your characters always have that signature snark, which is so fantastic about them. I love that. And this, of course, is no different. And she's just such a deep character. And I'm really looking forward to see how this unfolds. And She needs to tear loose for a new one. I'm just saying. He does not treat her right.
No, no, and there's a lot more to that. And another thing that's going to happen is each adventure in this book, like she learned something with reaping Jack the Ripper. She learned something that then made her look at Lucifer a little bit different. And
Mhm.
in book 2 with Lizzie Borden, she's going to learn something from Lizzie that she can bring back and look at him and go, well, wait, now how can I? How is this apply to this situation? So I think she's getting there as a character, that she's starting to see it. She's starting to become more open to it now. And that's why we're picking up where we are now, because she's starting to realize this is toxic. But again, like I said, she's going to have moments where she backpedals and is still like, no, 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 no. He's the only family I have. I love him.
Mhm.
So yeah, you're gonna want to hug her. You're gonna want to shake her. You're gonna want to grab a shot with her, because for an archangel, she drinks a lot.
I was just thinking she's the exact opposite of Ezekiel in the book because
Yeah,
he's very by the book and very, just um, remorseful for being there. But, how he fends off all these women because he sounds absolutely scrumptious in this book. And just, he's like, nope, not interested. He just
yeah.
blows it off.
Well, he's the only one of the three that he's not forced to be there. He can go home anytime he wants, but he's the voice from heaven that assigns her jobs, her next reap. He still has God's ear in this whole thing, but he chooses to live there and stay with them. And I think his feelings for Nyx are a lot deeper than,
Oh,
yeah. There's a lot there that there's a lot to unwrap in their relationship too, and we're gonna see that pretty quick.
interesting.
Yeah.
Awesome. God, I did not
There's also more to his relationship with Lucifer, because if you've noticed in book 1, the two of them don't ever actually speak to each other. So there's going to be more going on between the two of them. We're going to understand a little bit more of the dynamic. And
I hadn't really thought about it until you pointed that out, but oh,
yeah, there's not friendly blood between them, but yeah, there's a whole lot there, and I can't tell you because I'll ruin it.
so excited. Okay, I popped over to my personal page because there's messages there too, and I want to make sure I grab everybody. Um, Jamie Elaine says hello,
Hi, Jamie.
and Leslie Dover popped in and said the story is awesome and she can't wait to read the next one.
Leslie read my book. It's so amazing.
Awesome. All right, we are going to shift gears. Well, let's see. I want to make sure. I went back to the Two Girls in a Book page. I want to make sure we have new people popped in. Oh, this is crazy. Elizabeth is with us tonight. Elizabeth Kirk, and she wants to know how you come up with all of this stuff because every book is amazing.
I drink a lot.
Well, I think we all know that. You're not shy about your alcohol and rum consumption.
Yeah. Um,
It's like Stacey Rourke. She's an author and a consumer of rum.
uh-huh. I don't know what you're talking about.
I have tea. I love tea. I really do. People, it's funny, when I first started doing this, I would always have a drink out, and everybody was like, "What are you drinking?" And I'm like, "It's apple juice or it's iced tea." And they're like, "No, it's not." I'm like, "It is though, really."
It really is. I swear. Um, I don't know. I spend a lot of time in my head, so I like to come up with new and exciting things. And I don't know. I'll see something, and then it'll spark an idea, and I run with it. So I don't know.
Jody wants to know if either of your girls are interested in writing at all yet.
Well, the 14-year-old over here that just shot her hand up in the air, she is interested. She loves reading, but she's also an insanely good artist. She's drawing right now. I don't know if anyone's seen any of the pictures that I've posted that she's done online.
She is.
She's an incredibly talented artist. So I encourage her very much to keep up with that. But if she wants to write, heck yeah.
She
Actually,
could
we're home.
do a
What?
coloring book to go along with the Reaper series. How
That
fantastic would that be?
that would be awesome. Oh, she's really excited. You just like made her night.
You're welcome. There's my
She
little
also
nugget
wants
of genius for you tonight.
She's also said that she wants to get into film production. And
Mhm.
she was like, Mom, when I become a film producer, can I produce your books into movies? And I was like, well, yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes,
You
you
can.
can. Now, has she read any of your books?
Yes, she's read the entire Griffin series
Mhm.
twice. She's read all of My Unfortunate Souls Chronicles. I don't think you've read the Legend Saga yet, have you? Crane, Raven.
I read Crane.
She read Crane.
That's about it.
Yeah, I think we haven't dove into Octavia Hollows yet.
I read the first Octavia Hollows book.
Okay. Apparently she read Octavia too.
Everyone loves bacon.
Yeah, right?
I
Did
mean,
you read
hello, I now own 2 pigs.
That's I read it 3 times.
She read Apocalypse 5 3 times, she just said. So.
Oh, awesome. That is a
I
good
guess
one
we're doing
too.
something right if she likes them, right?
I know, right? Apparently you had no idea.
I didn't.
Awesome. I don't know what happened to Elizabeth, but there's some comment on here about drinking water in the shower. Apparently I missed something.
She was formatting Crane for me, and there's a scene in Crane where Ireland, it's before she finds out that she's possessed by the headless horseman. Spoiler alert, she is drinking water in the shower. She just opens her mouth and lets water like spray into her mouth for a minute,
Mhm.
and it turns to blood in her mouth. And all of a sudden, she's like choking on blood and it's everywhere and it's covering her. And Elizabeth formatted that book for me. And since then, she's like, I can't drink water in the shower anymore. I can't open my mouth because I'm traumatized by that image.
These are
You're
such
welcome.
cool little nuggets. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, I have to move on. Otherwise, we'll be here all night because this is awesome. But we are going to dive into your virtual signing. So, explain to people who have never participated in one of these what it is and how it works.
Okay, well, this is basically just like a in-person book event where you walk table to table, you talk to the authors, you learn about their books, you get a chance to buy signed copies from them. But instead of having to put on pants and go out in public, we're doing it all online. And we have quite a few participating authors. I don't know the number off the top of my head. I didn't count them. But everybody's going to pop in there. They're going to tell you about their books. They're going to tell you how to order, and you can buy signed copies directly from them. There's going to be a few giveaways. Lots of games and prizes. We're still going to do our annual OUAB Awards. That will be virtual online tomorrow night. It's just going to be a fantastic way for us to celebrate, at least in some small fashion, together this year.
So normally this, of course, is an event held in Michigan, and the Friday night would be the night of the ball. And there's dinner and dancing and an awards show. And you also do a big opening number. I'm a little disappointed because I asked this question off the air, but so everyone else can collectively sigh and groan with me. Will there be one this year?
There's not going to be a big opening number this year. I'm so sorry. I'm such a disappointment as a person. Although now that I know how disappointed that people are, now I feel like, there needs to be something that I can put together. But to be perfectly honest with everybody, if I put something together right now, my entire family is so obsessed with Hamilton that it would most likely open with us in some sort of like ghoulish version of Hamilton. And it would combine like Hamilton and Thriller. I don't know.
That would
So,
work.
yeah.
We would watch that. We would all happily. You could put on a potato sack and dance on the screen, and we would all be just as happy as we could be.
Well, let me tell you, the one of my biggest things that I put into Once Upon a Book every year is the opening number. And I think I stress about that more than the entire event because I want to have these big elaborate things. So this year, the fact that I don't have one, I let myself down.
Yes, Angie Reddy is with us, and she says that we would watch anything you did. Absolutely anything. And it's true. Elizabeth says Alexander Hamilton, Vampire Hunter.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
We got to quit talking about Hamilton because I really will just burst out into song. Like, I have a problem. I have, since it launched on Disney Plus, what was it, July 3rd? I've watched it at least once a day since then. At least. My most has been like 2 or 3 times where like I just have it on all day long in the background. So yeah, I have a problem.
We also have Alice Blessing with us, so thank you for popping in to join us. I did see a question on the other page as well. Jamie wanted to know if the Reaper book is available in Kindle Unlimited, and it is, right? I thought.
It is.
Okay, so I did answer that correctly, Jamie. It is available in KU for you. Jody wants to know if there's any chance of there being a Once Upon a Book in Florida, in Orlando, or anything like that.
I've really been trying to work to make that happen. We actually had met with a hotel. We had found a location. We were getting everything squared away, and then the pandemic broke out, and our dates got pushed back, and our dates got pushed back, and I have the location. I have a perfect spot. It's just right now I don't want to secure a date until things in Florida start to get a little bit better, because anybody that has watched the news, Florida is in a bad state right now. And so I'm not going to risk putting money down on something and then having to move the dates again. We're just going to wait till things start to smooth out, and then absolutely. The venue that we found is perfect. It's going to be great. It's going to give us, exactly what we need to have a fantastic event there.
Can you tell us what town it's going to be in?
It's going to be very close to where I live now. It's going to be in Lake Mary, Florida, which is about a 40-minute drive from Disney, which is not bad. It's, you get in the car, drive 40 minutes, and everything that you can possibly want for the theme parks and everything is right there. It's 40 minutes to get to the beach, but you're also far enough away from all the touristy stuff that you don't have quite the crush of people that you do.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. And the room rates and everything are more reasonable than they are in some of the central Orlando areas, and that's a big plus.
Jody is very excited. You may have heard her scream because she's in Florida as well. So going back to the Once Upon a Book, how do readers participate? How's the lineup going to work? That kind of thing. Is it going to run for 2 days, like the signing would have?
Yes, we have 2 sets of schedules. The first wave of authors on both days is from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Then we have a next wave of people. During that time, they come in. They're going to tell you about their books. They're going to tell you how to purchase. You can scroll through, see what interests you, ask questions, get to know the authors, and then at 2 o'clock, the first wave is done, and the next one starts on, and they're going to go from 2 o'clock until 6 o'clock. And, again, the same thing, just keep watching. There's going to be new stuff popping up constantly. Then we have a break from 6 o'clock until 7 o'clock, and at 7 is when our awards show is going to start on Friday. And then on Saturday, it's going to repeat again, 10 to 2, 2 to 6, and every single session, there's brand new authors. So, if you were there 10 to 2, you're going to see completely different things from 2 to 6. Absolutely. Tune in, scroll often. There's going to be lots of deals to be had.
And so I know some people had posted in the Once Upon a Book group about if they were working and they couldn't be, at the computer the entire time that everything was going on with the signing. That doesn't matter, correct? They can log on at any time, see the authors that are on there, check out their post, enter giveaways if they're still open. which I'm sure most of them will leave them open for the entire time. And then also buy books and do whatever.
Exactly. If you don't get home until midnight from work, scroll through. Just scroll through, see what interests you, and grab them up from there. There's no deadline limit.
I do want to mention that it is a separate Facebook group for this virtual signing. Again, I tried to post a link, but I don't think anything's coming up in my comments. But I will get that posted. I have been sharing it on the Two Girls page as well as my personal page. And I've been posting the times and which authors are assigned to each time period. So if you have any questions about that, you can look at it there. If you can't find it, by all means, message me or Stacey, and we can get you the link to the group, because you do have to be added to the group in order to see the signing and the events and the award ceremony as well.
That's right.
So going back to the awards for just a moment, I know in the past when we were there at the event, there was always a nice slideshow presentation of everything. How is it going to work this year with it all being on Facebook? Is it going to be like a live stream like this is, where we see everything happening and we can comment as it's going, or is it going to be just like a video that we're watching? How's it going to work?
It will be Facebook Live, much like this, so people can comment, they can interact. I will try to see their comments as we're going through, but it's going to be like kind of an old-fashioned newscast where they have the TV set up next to them. I'm going to have that set up next to me, and I will have the slideshow going at the same time, so you'll get the cool graphics that my daughter Elliot and Becca Finjeza put the slideshow together for us again this year. So you're still going to get the cool presentation of the whole thing. And then all of our winners, we have trophies this year. In the past, they've been in the shape of a crystal crown. This year, the company that I work with had a really cool new design. It's actually a crystal book, and it's engraved and everything. But I mean, it's a book. I had to grab that. That's
Absolutely.
too perfect. Yeah. So all of them, the winners, will be getting their trophies mailed directly to them, so they get that fun little prize in the mail, and it's going to be a very traditional award show. It's just going to be online.
I'll have to say I have been stalking the little mail notices that I get. You can sign up with the Postal Service and you'll get an email from them. And whenever someone mails you a package, as soon as that printing label is completed, I get an email that says I'm getting a package, and it tells me from what city and state it's coming from.
Oh.
So I was like, So it popped up today, and it was like, you have a package arriving like Monday or Tuesday of next week. And I'm like, where is it coming from? Did I get a package from Florida? I got to remember where Jody lives, so I'll know if it's from Jody or if it's from Stacey. Could the award already be in the mail? Could I have won an award? I mean, there was just, I went from panic to excitement to, that is not coming from Florida.
That was a whole range of emotions. No, I haven't mailed them out yet because I wanted to have them during the awards show. You know me, I like to talk with my hands a lot. If I wanted to hold the awards up so people can see them, so I could have them there just in case.
For those who maybe don't know who's nominated or anything like that, is there going to be anything posted prior to, so people can take a look to see who's in what category ahead of time? Are you going to post anything that says what the list is going to be, so I know how long to anticipate? Are you going to put me at the end like you normally do?
Probably, yeah. I'll probably put you at the end. There's going to be like a break and an intermission, and then you know what? I hadn't really thought about putting the list of the nominees up, but I probably should do that again. That's a good idea. You didn't realize you were nominated until just recently, did you?
Well, Jenny and I were talking about that, and I said, chances are I saw it and someone mentioned it to me, because Jenny was like, I probably tagged you in it. I was nominated for Reviewer of the Year, along with Jenny Bynum from Black Words, White Pages, Untied. And I honestly don't remember the other ladies that were nominated, because I don't know them personally. So nothing against them. I don't remember what their names were. So I guess it had just completely slipped my mind with everything that was going on. And then in the group, they were kind of getting bumped back to the top because people were asking about it. And then I saw it and I was like, I was nominated. I think in the back of my mind, this is going to sound so vain. I think I just assumed that Two Girls in a Book was nominated for Blog of the Year because it has been from the beginning. And we, so I guess I just assumed that it was that. And so
That's because you guys are awesome.
yeah, so.
It's because you guys are awesome. You get nominated all the time.
Well, thank you. We do try. We do try. Crystal does so much behind the scenes to keep the page flowing and everything going so that I can kind of do this. The camera's not really her thing, and that's fine.
It works well. You do great.
It does. Let's see. We've got a couple of more comments that have popped in. Jenny says that she bets the awards will be gorgeous. I will say I've seen them. I do not know who won book reviewer. I didn't even ask, even though Stacey was like, I'm not telling you. I'm like, I didn't ask. I did ask to see an award because I wanted to know what they looked like because I'm nosy. But then she, of course, assumed that I wanted her to pull out the review winner, and I didn't. I wasn't even thinking that. So I did see an award. I do know who won a award. I have not shared that information with that person. So I'm doing pretty good.
Good job. They're pretty though, aren't they?
They are. They are really, really nice. Anyone who wins them is going to be very, very lucky to have them. When the crowns came out, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to win because I want that crown on my shelf. And I'm not going to lie, I campaigned like crazy. I made it a point that I told everybody who I was, that I interacted in the group so that when it came time to vote, people would be like, hey, I talked to her. I worked that thing hard, and I was over the moon excited when I got it and brought it home and put it on the shelf.
Where's your crown now?
It's on the shelf. It sits right above my photo of you and I.
Aww.
Luckily, I have on pants and not pajamas. Last time I got to get something off of my shelf in one of these, I had pajamas on. I had on a nice shirt and I had on gray pajamas with little sheep on them. And it hit me when I turned back around and I was like,
I'm wearing
no
pajamas.
attention to the lady in the pajamas. But yeah, this is the.
There it is. So
kind of hard
pretty.
to tell. There you go. Whoops.
So pretty.
So pretty. It's adorable, and it has the Once Upon a Book logo and everything on there, and it's really, really pretty. I need to wash it because it's got a little dog drool on it. And it's too far down on the shelf. And then I have this mug from the first year.
I love that picture so much.
This was just by chance. We didn't pose for this, I don't think. I think Kristen just took it by chance. But it's the mirror, and you can see Snow White because I was dressed as Snow White in the mirror. And then Stacey was the evil witch, and she was there in the front looking into the mirror, asking who's the fairest of them all.
I love it.
Such a magical moment. And I have it on a mug. And then I have from when we went to
Aww.
So
when you had fantastic hair every day.
Oh my
like,
gosh,
what is
my
happening?
hair. I came back and I finally went in to get my hair trimmed or whatever to the stylist. I'm like, girl, I had the best hair when I went to
It was
see her.
ridiculous.
I was like, everybody commented on my hair. I'm like, we can't change a thing. This color is mine. I don't know what you put on there. Figure out the math. Write it down in the book. This is me.
You walked into the room like a Revlon girl. You were just like, oh.
I don't know what the deal was with the hair. Sometimes you go to a different climate and the different water and everything, and you're just like, holy crap.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was my hair in Hawaii. My Hawaii hair is fantastic. Hawaii and my hair get along really well.
It's crazy how that happens. Crazy.
It really is.
Crazy. So if you guys have any additional questions about the awards, go ahead and get those up. Doo-doo.
We do have a couple exclusive things that are happening during the awards
Oh,
show.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We have the cover reveal for the Monster Ball Year 3 is going to happen during the awards show tomorrow night. We get the exclusive reveal. So you will see it on the awards show before you see it anywhere else. So that's awesome. And then we are going to be revealing, for the first time ever, OUAB is going to have 2 keynote speakers next year because Eric is coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And we have one more person that is going to be a keynote speaker for 2020.
That sounds fantastic. Yay. I don't see any new questions popping up there. Let me check the other one. We have Mary, I think her last name is Eager. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right or not, but she always pops in for these lives. And she's excited to be here as well. And she congratulated me on the nomination. Thank you very much, Mary. I appreciate it. I'm very excited. What I like about the Once Upon a Book Awards is that the nominees come from the book community. And then it's narrowed down to make sure that they are attending authors, which is very nice. And then we kind of we do 1 or 2 rounds of voting, and when it comes down to the very end, it's the authors of the event and things who are looking at some of those categories and voting, and then it's an independent community who's reviewing the books and everything and picking those winners. And so it's not a popularity contest that's winning it. It's your peers who have read and judged you. So
Yeah. And you know what? I love that because I think we've had some authors that were genuinely shocked when they won because they were up against authors who've been in the industry longer than them
Mhm.
and maybe were more established, had a bigger following. But when it comes down to it, we're weighing which book is the best in that category. And, sometimes it goes to the debut author. It really depends on the book itself. So, yeah, we've had some people that have just been floored that they won. And I love that. I love that they know they earned it, man. It wasn't just a popularity contest. You earned it.
Absolutely. I think that's a great quality and a great point to share about the event and the awards. And having actually attended the event in the past, it's a fantastic event and there's tons of people there, but it has a closeness to it. And it's fantastic since it's at a hotel and everybody can stay in the same location. The events at that location, the awards at that location. So everything is right there. You can immerse yourself with the authors and the fans, and everybody can just be together and hang out and spend time together. And my first time going to that was just amazing. I had been a blogger for two and a half years at that point, and I kept getting these notifications that somebody was commenting and tagging me on Facebook, and I finally stopped and looked, and there was a young lady running around. She'd come into town at like a day early, and she's like, "I spotted Lynn Shaw in the hallway," and I'm like, "Who is this person?" I bet I had resting bitch face, and she's telling me who I need to be smiling at all times. And who is looking for me in the hallway? Who am I to be looked for in the hallway? And so much has changed since then because now I'm like, do you not know who I am? What do you mean I'm not in your reader group? Hello, look at me. I know you've seen my name. But no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I wasn't
But
an
you know what? It's
Eric.
become such a family, and
Yes.
it's you go there. But that's the other thing is when people go there, if it's your first time, and I had one of our attendees, Cherie, Cherie,
Mhm.
she came last year for the first time, and she said she was apprehensive. She didn't really know anybody. She didn't really know who to talk to. She didn't really know what to do. And she said it was my husband, Jay, who saw her and was like, Cherie, hey, how you doing? Come on in, come on in. And I think that's our mentality with this whole thing is we're all there because we love books and we love reading. And when you're there, we're all family. We're all a tribe. So get in there. And, you know, whether this is your first year or, you know, your fifth, come on in and let's celebrate this thing that we all have in common. And let's do it together.
I fangirled so hard at everyone that I have been to. There's always that one person that's there that I am just like, oh my gosh. And this year I had even gone to Stacey ahead of time and said, I don't think I can volunteer this year because, well, I've talked Kelly Martin into coming, and well, she doesn't know it yet, but she's going to be my best friend. And I'm sealing the deal at this event, so I need to be free.
I have to be free to stalk her.
Yes. And then the girls from Monster Ivy Publishing were coming, and I talk about them all the time. And I love that group. And I'm like, I can't, I'm so torn. I love this event and I wanted to volunteer, but I'm like, I need to be with these people because I'm their new best friend. And of course,
Totally
the
okay.
virus happened. I'm not their best friend, but I'm
Next
still
year.
working on
Next
it.
year.
Still working on it.
You can become their best friend next year.
Yeah. Yes. We have Jenny popped in and she said, this is my tribe. We are family. And it's true. When somebody needs something, we all come together. The love and the family that I have online and at these book events is one of the best things that I have in my life. I mean, I love my immediate family. I love my husband and everything, but none of them are into books and into reading. And you know, the whole Fangirl Thursday thing, you know, my husband pops on and he, you know, comments that he's here and he's watching, but he's not. He turns it off and he gets back to watching Big Bang Theory. That's okay. I know he supports me. He's keeping the dogs out of my hair. Otherwise, they'd all be in here. But I get, you know, I can message you guys and I can talk books and I can read something and go, holy crap, are you reading this? I need to discuss. I can also reach out to authors like Elizabeth Kirk and go, okay, you're not killing anybody in this series. I don't care what you say. That's
I
the
watched that whole conversation happen earlier today.
Oh my gosh. She was on the Bookish Life yesterday with Melanie and I, and she hinted that one of the characters may die in the last book. And I'm like, there's really no one available. And once we kind of hashed it out, you know, I offered up some people, and she's like, seriously, them? And I'm like, it's the lesser of the evils. I mean, this is who I
Here's who
sacrifice.
you're allowed to kill if you have to kill somebody.
I mean, just I'm like, I offered you a sacrifice. I don't know what else to do. She's gonna push me to go to her fan club and drop a little message in there that says, hey, I heard Elizabeth is killing off one of the main characters. What do you think about that? And then I'm gonna watch it implode.
Oh my gosh, that would be so funny. So you can't do that in my fan club because if you go in there and be like, Stacey's gonna kill off a character, they'd be like, and she does it all the time.
It's different for you. I mean, once you've killed off an entire crew of people, then
In one chapter.
yeah. We talked about that. I was making notes because there were so many names, there's so many things going on. I was like, I need notes to keep up with all these people. And then the end of chapter 1, they're all dead. I'm like, I rip.
Yep. Yep. And I told you that's my Rogue One chapter where I wanted to lure everybody into this world and then just hit erase. And there you go. Now they're all dead.
Yeah.
And anybody could die at any moment. That's what I wanted people to know. And I think I got my message across.
Okay, let's see. Let me catch back up on the notes really quick. Jody Stone said, "Thank you, Lynn and Stacy, for what you do and how much you're always supported me and others." Jody, you are an absolute sweetheart, and your artwork is amazing. And Jody is actually going to be here on the show in August, and we're going to talk about her children's book series as well
Oh, her
as
books are so
her.
cute. I love her books.
Yes, I have 3 pieces of her artwork, and I'm trying to decide if I want to do like a collage and do all 3 together and put them on my wall behind my computer, or if I want to do something else because I have one behind my head right now and it's really cute and a lot of people see it and it sparks conversations. A lot of 'cause people who follow the page know my fascination with the whole red umbrella thing. And so a lot of times it will get pointed out or mentioned when I'm doing a Fangirl Thursday. So it's kind of nice. It's a conversation piece and it's really, really cute.
Yes, it is. It's adorable.
Let's see. Jenny popped on and said that she feels so honored to be nominated. It is such an honor to be nominated for one of the Once Upon a Book awards because, like I said, you know that it's not just a popularity contest. It's your people that are voting and making these decisions. So it just makes it so much more. Angie Reddy says that she feels like a fangirl all the time and that last year she was fangirling over Bam. Bam is awesome. I haven't really talked to her that much. I saw more of her at PinCon. I'm going to be honest, her boobs are a little intimidating and I'm not really sure how to approach her. I mean, they're just there. They're mesmerizing. I don't know where to
How do you
go.
not look? That's the thing. Is like
Yeah,
I'm trying to look her in the eye, and I'm like, I'm
Karen
sorry.
went, I think, or it may have been Bam. One of them posted a picture. I think it was Karen that posted it, and it was a flashback
Yes, I
last
saw
year's
it
event.
from last year.
And she's like having lunch with Bam, and all I could think is her boobs are on the table. And that is all I saw in that picture. And I am not being disrespectful to her. She's a gorgeous, gorgeous woman with a rack like Dolly Parton. She should be proud of those girls. But yeah, for some reason, she intimidates me, and I think it's the boobs. I
Well, I know Bam, and she's amazing. I love her. She will always tell you exactly how it is, and I love that about her. She's a sweetheart and shoots from the hip. I love it. And she's got boobs for days, so you know. These silences are going to get filled with Hamilton lyrics pretty soon.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up and make sure that okay, Angie Reddy posted that when she read Apocalypse 5, she had to put the book down at first when she ended the first chapter because you killed everyone. No one saw that coming. Like, you've never done that before. For people, and I won't spoil this, but the Legend saga ended in a way that I'm sure I'm not the only fan that was not 100% happy with the way that it ended. And I'm just like, seriously? That
Yeah, it doesn't have a
did
happy
with
ending.
Ireland?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like the worst thing you've ever done until then.
Till then.
Yeah. And so now we kind of judge everything by, well, she didn't kill off an entire crew of people, so there's that.
Yeah, well, see, you thought that the ending of Steam was dramatic. So when I wrote Apocalypse 5, that was my hold my beer moment. You think that's bad? Watch this. And there they go. It was pretty brutal too. They went out in
Yes.
pretty brutal fashions.
Yes. See, Angie Reddy has spotted the red umbrella. They're already having a conversation about it in the group. I'm telling
It's a
you,
thing.
that's been like the best thing I have ever done It's totally Jody. I had a different one back there, and I got this new one just this past week, and so I propped it up in front of the old one. The old one has got a yellow background, and the little girl has on a red dress and the red umbrella. And then I saw this one, and I'm like, Jody, I have to have this. I really
It's
need
beautiful. It's beautiful.
And then she posted another one where the little girl has on a dressy dress and the red umbrella, and I seriously want that one, but I didn't want to press my luck.
I need that one too.
I kind of do. I really do. And I even have the one behind me as my profile pic on my personal page because let's see, let me grab it really quick.
Is that what that is? The picture's small on your profile. I saw the red, but I couldn't tell what it was.
Yes, that's what it is.
Oh, it makes more sense now. It's so cute. Look at that.
See the highlights in the hair?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's beautiful.
my hair's got a lot more highlights in it than this does, but this is so me. I mean, she can really draw me. This isn't really me, but it's
you.
me. And so, see, I have the other one back there. So, like I said, people are always seeing them, and it starts conversations. So, yeah, Angie and Jody are in the group right now talking about the umbrellas. And the group consensus is that you will never live down killing off everybody in that first chapter. So,
I have to tell you, I was on a panel last year. What conference was it? I don't remember what conference. It was here in Florida, but I was on a panel about killing off characters in books. And the other people at the table were talking about, you never kill off a main character, you never do this. And I was like, first of all, killing off main characters, like, have you read any of the Game of Thrones books? Like, the main characters always. But in the middle of all this, I described the opening chapter of Apocalypse 5. Well, I'm doing it with a smile. I'm talking about it with a smile.
of course.
And I'm, excited about it and telling them about it. And one of the readers in the front row went, "You seem really nice, but I'm not going to get in an elevator with you." I was like, "Aw, thank you."
Oh my God.
You're very small and scary.
Well, before we wrap this up tonight, I don't want to keep you on any longer because, gosh, we've made it to 8:40, which is amazing. But we've had tons of interactions tonight. Thank you guys so much for popping in. I hope I caught most of the comments. I want to thank Angie for popping in tonight. She's a newbie to the page, so make sure you give us a like and a follow. I do this every Thursday. So come in, see who I'm chatting with, and usually at the end of the month, I do a wrap up and tell you guys about what books I've read or audiobooks I've listened to. And with the quarantine happening, I'm flying through stuff. So you're bound to find something you like. So make sure you come back and check me out. But before we close, is there give us tell us again when the book drops and where it's available.
The book will drop tonight at midnight. It will be available tomorrow. It is Amazon exclusive right now. It's on Kindle Unlimited, but it's only 99 pennies. So grab it while you can.
And tell everybody again where they can find the Once Upon a Book virtual signing.
That is a special link. I'm actually going to get off here tonight, and I'm going to share the link around one more time. So if you follow any of my pages, I will post it again tonight so you can find it. But that is going on tomorrow. The actual signing portion is from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. And on Saturday, 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. And then we have our live awards show tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
I do have one last question that I forgot to ask you about the awards. Are you doing anything after the fact, or can the winners come in after the fact and post their little thank yous and that sort of thing? Not assuming that I'm going to win or anything, but for everybody who was nominated, I'm sure they would want to, because normally when it's done at the event, the winner gets called up, they get their award. If they choose to make a speech, they can. If they just want to say thank you and sit down, they can do that as well. So how are the authors and the winners what are they going to do for that?
Absolutely. They can go Facebook Live in the group or post a video afterwards of any kind of message that they want to give, or if they want to just write out a post, or they just want to drop a quick thank you, or, just not say anything at all and scream silently in a pillow in excitement, whatever you want to do. After the awards show, the floor is yours to celebrate as you see fit.
You guys don't have to worry if I win or Jenny wins. There'll be a video. She'll be screaming. You guys will know. There'll be no doubt which one of us won because both of us are, there'll be a video. Well, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I have enjoyed this immensely. I've had a blast doing this with you. Congratulations on the new release, and I cannot wait to get my hands on the second book.
Reaping a pain in the axe is number 2. Pain in the axe.
Title.
So thank you so much for having me. It's always wonderful to be here, and I love you and love getting a chance to talk to you.
You guys have a great night, and I will see you next Thursday. Bye.
Bye.